My shirt is from the Gap. Do you think Victoria Beckham shops at the Gap? Hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Diana Chu here at Slow Gaze. I'm so excited about this. I love these shadows. I have all 4 shades to tell you about. This is one of my favorite single eyeshadows of all time. I try a lot of different types of cream shadows, powder shadows, toppers, and this is by far one of my favorites. If you haven't heard of Victoria Beckham Beauty, or if you're considering it as just another celebrity brand, I hear you. I think she's kind of playing in that world of sophistication, of luxury. Yes, you're buying into that brand if you're buying a product that is $36 US. Everything is in glass, there's no plastic. Of course, some of it is superfluous, like when I bought this off of her website, it came with a canvas pouch, which can be reused, but I would argue don't need it. It's just part of the mystique of the brand. They were shipped in biodegradable foam and recyclable paper packaging, so love that about it. They have a 24-month or 2-year shelf life. They're all made in Italy. But yes, are you ready? I'm so excited about these. I love these so much. Let's dive in. Adjusting my clips. So let's start with what I like to start with, the packaging. It's in a glass container, and it has this little stopper for holding the really soft formulation in so the product doesn't fall out. This is $36 US. It has 5 grams in it. As a comparison, it is slightly less than the RMS contour bronzer, but slightly more than the Tata Harper Cheek and Lip Tint blush. This actually gives you quite a bit of product. I've been through a pot of this, but it's taken me literally 2 years, and that's blush. That's going over a lot more surface area. I know that having one shadow for that amount of money is pretty steep. You're definitely paying for the luxury name of Victoria Beckham, you're paying for the packaging, and you're paying for the Luxe beauty sort of halo. It also has clean beauty ingredients that are supposed to be nourishing, anti-aging, what have you. And on her website, it says that each one is infused with a different crystal. So as I go through these 4 shades that I have, that's the entire range that they currently have. I will go from lightest to darkest. So we're gonna start with blonde. I am armed with my Honest Beauty baby wipes to switch between looks. I am armed with my hand mirror, and I will start with one eye that's just the pigment, so you know what it looks like on my skin tone, but then on the other eye I will show you how it layers under a different shadow and what I like to pair it with. I do have a quick base of makeup on, no foundation today, just concealer and some cheek products, a little bit of highlighter, and I did my brows. I'll link everything that I use in the description box below, as well as what I usually wear, what's on my nails and my hair, etc. So anything that you see, I usually try to list, but if you ever are curious, feel free to pop a comment down there. I'm reading all of it. These are supposed to give you a wet, pearlescent, aura boosting energy pop on the eye. I mean, that's a lot for $36. It's supposed to be a pale cream with yellow gold pearl reflects, and it's infused with citrine, which makes a lot of sense because the color of this, it looks really hot white in the pan, and I would say that the color is very foiled. Look how stark that is. I mean, it's insane. When you shift it, it definitely has that trail of gold citrine, almost a chartreuse, almost kind of leaning green. So this one I definitely put on with a much lighter hand than the others, which I want to be smoky and have that effect. I think this would look very strange on the lid, really packed on, but I'll show you what that looks like on the lids. Citrine is said on her website to promote creativity and self-expression. So shall we express together? I think we shall. I'm gonna take, it looks like quite a bit, but it's decidedly less than what I used for my hand swatch, and I'm just going to tap with a finger, which is what was recommended, onto not your eyelid, my eyelid. She said if you wanted to use a brush, a flat one, probably synthetic, that's what I would choose. So as I tap that out, the citrine, sorry if it's weird that like I'm just looking at you with one eye like this and my eyelid is quivering, but such as life. Why don't I do this? It's a little more civilized. I'll look at it here, talk to you, and then show you. Wow. So as I've blended that out, there's no fallout necessarily. There's just a little bit of transference on the bottom lid because my little fat fingers. You see when I tap it close to my lash line, it definitely gets onto the bottom. Not a very precise application on my part, but I'm not seeing it like fall out in chunky glitters. Blended out to almost an undetectable white base. There's no like white cast that I was expecting with this blinding thing. It has left behind basically a gold citrus shimmer. This is the one that will take the longest to get through. And how I like to wear it, I'm going to show you what it looks like under also quite a light creamy shadow. This is the Tom Ford Platinum Cream Whipped shadow that I love to put under more cool tone colors. It's a taupey, gorgeous, moussey whipped formula. And I'm just gonna go in similarly. I like how that's interacting with the cool tones and sort of the taupey tones. I think that it creates some kind of contrast with like a darker and a light base. So you could choose to put this over really a dark shadow and that would give it an entirely different look. Let me build it up with one more layer, just patting it onto the top of my eyeball right in the center there. Yeah, it's just this gorgeous little hint of color. You can't really see it because of my mono lids if I look straight at you, but if I blink it just has this little flash of light. So I'm going to take this off real quick. The same formula of shadow from Tom Ford, but this time in the color Caviar, which is a gorgeous black. So that is one layer of Caviar, very messily applied. Going in with one more layer, just really close to the lash line. Do you like my yin and yang look? It's a look, that's for sure. Blonde shade, one more time. Just on top, focusing it on the inner corner. It gives this gorgeous, like, sequiny look to a darker color. It still holds on to that bright gold, but it's not reading as chartreuse as on my own skin. So take that as you will. It just has this nice vibrancy to it, so it really wakes up the complexion. I love that. Ooh, I know that I said I was gonna go lightest to darkest, but I can't decide because they all look so yummy. They were very easy to take off with a little makeup wipe. I don't recommend buying makeup wipes only because I think it's very harmful for the environment to constantly go through like a wipe a day, if not more. Since starting my YouTube channel, it has been a necessity for me to do looks like this and then for me to be able to switch between them. Let's get back into the product. I'm just so jazzed about these. These have been one of my favorite finds of all time. I'm not even saying that. I'm such a nerd. I can't even quite put it into words why I'm loving them so much. I'm gonna try for you. This is the shade Mink, and this is the one that really got me hooked. This is described as a taupe brown, mix of gold and silver pearls, and infused with tiger's eye. Courage, strength, and personal power. So I'm all about that. I love how neutral it is. Before I continue blabbering on, the lightest touch will give you so much. I swirled my finger in with barely any pressure, and this is the look that you get. See how it's reading so dark, and then when it shifts in the light, it just has a blinding flash. Just like an oil slick to me. I think it's just stunning. If I'm just going out the door and I'm like, I need to look sultry, I need to look smoky just to get the mail, you know, 2020, am I right? It has that base pigment of that mocha espresso color that's naturally just fading out on the edges. And I'm not even showing you how you can wear it like as a look. I'm literally just packing it onto the top of my lid and showing you kind of like a lid swatch more like. But from far away, and I know it looks a little panda eye right now, which is cute, really sultry depth automatically, and I barely put any on. It's like 8 in the morning and I'm feeling it. So I'm using right now the Tom Ford Obsidian Emotion Proof Eye Color, which is very similar to the MAC Paint Pots, which I also love. But this obsidian color I have not found in the MAC Paint Pots personally. It might exist, you let me know. But this is just described as this nice brick brown. It's reading a lot more yellow toned on me. But I think it's the perfect like warm base for something that if I wanted to put something kind of cool toned on top, and I'm taking a lot less with this finger because I'm using it as like a topper. One swipe, just diffusing that up very slightly, and that's it. That's all I would have to do. It is the fastest little look. So this is where it's more dramatic, but it still stays exactly where it is. I have not found it to crease. And then this would be how I would wear it if I wanted it to show up more like a liner on my lids. My monolid right now, the crease is quite pronounced, so I do have a little separation between my upper lid and my crease. Favorite of all of them. Can we talk about the Hourglass Scattered Light formula for a second? I've tried both, I think it's Smoke and Burnish. I haven't tried any of their lighter shades, but I don't love the formula. I keep hearing it described as a mature glitter or something that's really sparkly and sophisticated and there's like a lot of depth to it, but I just don't find it. It has this gorgeous foiled look, and the base pigment and the glitter are very similar in texture and type and color, so it's just like very one-dimensional to me. I had to bring it up because that description is how I would describe these lid lustres. I think they are the most sophisticated glitter that I would find on the market today. If you're looking for more drama and you're like, can't tell between the Mink and the dark Onyx color, which is her black caviar color, has crushed black obsidian in it, known to create a protective aura, help shield against negativity. It is a strong black with a lot of silver. So this has a lot more bright silver. This has like a tamed silver, and taking quite a bit on my finger and then going in with tapping motions. You can still see how smoky I got it in absolutely no time. Glitter particles seem a little lighter to me. They seem much smaller here, so the glimmer foiled effect is less. It just has that nice come hither glimmer, like just a little hint of moonlight on a scattered quiet sea to ask you to come in closer to see exactly what's going on my eyelids. The others have a little bit of drama in their own different way. Blonde is definitely like, hey, bright, vibrant, look at me. And then Mink has that like oil slick, like kind of edgy vibe. This has a way more muted, sophisticated vibe. This you have seen before. It is the Tom Ford Caviar. This does have a glimmer to it. I would say that this works well with fingers, but also you can diffuse with a brush if you're very comfortable with a brush. The colors are extremely comparable. So if you're into cream shadows, this one lasts and lasts and lasts. Do you need both? Absolutely not. But putting that on top just kind of locks it in. And there you have Onyx. No to negativity, no to bad vibes, right? All right, so this is how I would love to use the blue shade, the Midnight shade, the Tom Ford Platinum Cream Eyeshadow Primer. And then with the Charlotte Tilbury Super Blue Quad, I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade here. Bring that all the way almost above where I put the Tom Ford. Especially if I'm going in with an unnatural color like blue that's not naturally occurring on my skin. It's so important to do these base steps for me because then everything doesn't seem so stark. Next is her Define shade, I think, or Enhance, excuse me. And I'm gonna look straight at the mirror and just go straight in to where my crease naturally would be. Same for the other eye. I've heard mixed reviews on this super blue palette. What have you experienced? So this is the matte shade in super blue. It is a true navy. It is not meant to be supercharged. So if you're looking for a shock of blue, this ain't it. Of course, with Charlotte, she is using all these neutral tones to ensure that when I mix these two together, I'm not making green, which can look quite muddy. Smoke shade, her pop shade of blue. It definitely has more of a skin glazing effect. Like I'm not getting any harsh shimmer. It definitely kind of wants to glaze and veil over the skin. Then go in with the Victoria Beckham Midnight shade and deepen that up. That is reading way more indigo. They're both blending in really nicely together though. They're playing nice. So that's what they both look like, the super blue and the midnight shade. So if you're looking for a one and done blue eyeshadow, Midnight is the way to go. It is $36 compared to this, which is $53. I know you get different shades in here, but you get exactly the same amount of product. 5 grams in this quad and 5 grams in the Midnight shade. Marc Jacobs eyeliner, we have this in Out of the Blue. This is one of my favorite blue eyeliners because it can go electric and cobalt. I don't like to put anything in my waterline because nothing stays in my waterline. Almost there, the smudger brush side, and then going in with these two shades and just pulling down some brown right below where I put the blue on the lower lash line. I used to have a blue mascara. It was by YSL Beauty. I loved it, and that worked really well on my short, stubby, straight lashes. But today I'm going to go in with a sample size of this Monsieur Big. I love how much volume I definitely get. I mean, look at this brush. It is spiked out to oblivion. I don't reach for this mascara because number one, it is not clean, it is not non-toxic. This does not stay well on my lashes though. It smudges throughout the day, which is a forbidden for me. I don't go in with my bottom lashes because they are non-existent. If anyone can find them, please contact me. I'm gonna take these clips off. These 85% cocoa brown eyes that are basically black, they only come alive when I wear a really striking blue, like a cobalt exactly like this color, or a beautiful lilac amethyst purple. If you were debating between all of the shades, I would say Mink is my number one. That I would wear every day if I could. Between Mink and Onyx, I would still go for Mink. I think it's just more versatile. Blonde is all right. I think that really works if you know that you love that shade, or if your eyes work really well with olives or greens or anything in that realm. But this midnight shade also has my heart because, I mean, it just brings out my young self. It brings out my teenage self. It also plays so well with that brown shade that was in the super blue quad. Thank you so much for watching. I really had a lot of fun with this video. I don't usually do videos where it's boom, 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 lots of looks. I usually try to film it over several days. If you liked this, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, tell me which shade you're thinking about, if you've tried any of Victoria Beckham's. Is there one that you're eyeing? If you haven't already subscribed, I would love for you to do so and join me every single week here talking about beauty, talking about how to shop my stash and use up my collection. I'm also trying to be more thoughtful about what type of makeup I consume and collect. If you're already subscribed, you can always hit that notification bell and it'll tell you when I upload, get you the good. Have a wonderful day, night, morning, evening, wherever you are in this world. I hope you are staying safe, staying healthy, and taking care of yourself. Water your garden before you water someone else's, whatever the saying is. I will see you on my next video. Thank you so much. Adios.